If you've been watching manifestation videos or reading content and aren't seeing the results you were promised, you might be wondering what's missing. Well, if you're constantly jumping from one video to another, hoping to find that one magical trick that will suddenly make everything click, you're falling into the trap of passive consumption. This problem is much bigger than it seems. Watching motivational videos or manifestation tutorials makes you feel productive. You get a temporary boost of inspiration, maybe even feel empowered for a moment, but let me ask you this, once the video ends, what happens next? Most likely, you move on to the next video, get another hit of inspiration, and the cycle repeats. But has anything actually changed in your life? Here's what's really happening. You're experiencing a psychological phenomenon called the illusion of progress. The mere act of consuming information gives your brain a dopamine hit, that same chemical that makes you feel good when you accomplish something. But the trick is that your brain doesn't know the difference between thinking about doing something and actually doing it. This is why many people spend hours or even days consuming content about how to succeed, without ever taking the necessary steps toward success. The more you watch, the more you feel like you're working on your goals. But in reality, no progress is being made. So, while you're feeling good about all the knowledge you're gathering, you're still stuck in the same place, without any real-world results to show for it. The idea that your thoughts and beliefs shape your reality is something that's been around for a long time. There are countless success stories from people who say they used visualization and affirmations to attract their dream jobs, relationships, or financial success. And to be fair, there's a degree of truth to this. Visualization can be a powerful tool for staying focused, motivated, and aligned with your goals. But here's where things often go wrong. Too many people stop at the visualization part. They believe that if they just think positively or imagine their future success hard enough, the universe will somehow bring it to them without them having to lift a finger. This is where manifestation becomes problematic, because without action, all you're doing is daydreaming. In fact, you might even be using manifestation as a way to avoid the hard work required to actually get what you want. Let's be real here, manifestation without action is just fantasy. It's the equivalent of building castles in the air. The law of attraction might help you stay optimistic, and sure, having the right mindset is important. But unless you pair those thoughts and visualizations with consistent, focused effort, you're just setting yourself up for disappointment. The universe doesn't reward wishful thinking, it rewards action. If you want real results, you have to be willing to roll up your sleeves and do the work. There are no shortcuts. So, what should you be doing instead? The answer is simple but not always easy. You need a plan. Not just any plan, but a detailed, actionable, and strategic plan that's designed to move you closer to your goals step by step. This is where most people go wrong. They might have a vision or even a vague idea of what they want, but they don't break it down into concrete, actionable steps. Here's why strategic planning is so powerful. When you have a clear roadmap in front of you, it removes a lot of the overwhelm and uncertainty that keeps people stuck. It's not enough to say, "I want to be successful," or "I want to be wealthy." Those are just vague aspirations. Success and wealth mean different things to different people, so you need to define exactly what they look like for you. Step 1 is setting clear, measurable goals. Instead of saying, "I want to make more money," Decide exactly how much money you want to make, and by when. Be specific. Let's say you want to make an extra $10,000 in the next 6 months. That's a clear, measurable goal you can work toward. Or maybe you want to start your own business or grow your YouTube channel to 100,000 subscribers by the end of the year. Whatever it is, make sure it's something you can track and measure. Step 2 is breaking that goal down into smaller tasks. This is where the real magic happens, because a huge, overwhelming goal becomes manageable when you break it down. What specific actions can you take to get closer to that $10,000? Can you pick up a side hustle, learn a new skill, or start networking with people in your industry? Each small task brings you one step closer to the big goal. Step 3 is taking consistent daily action. This is key. You can have the best plan in the world, but if you're not taking consistent action, nothing is going to happen. Even if you can only dedicate 30 minutes a day to working on your goal, that's fine. The important thing is to keep moving forward every single day. Finally, step 4 is measuring your progress. You need to regularly assess whether the actions you're taking are bringing you closer to your goals. If they're not, you might need to adjust your strategy. A lot of people get discouraged when they don't see results right away, but the truth is that progress isn't always linear. Sometimes you need to experiment and tweak your approach until you find what works. But the key is to stay committed. One key reason why people don't take action, even when they have all the knowledge and strategies in place, is because of limiting beliefs. These are the subconscious beliefs or assumptions that we hold about ourselves that can sabotage our efforts. And they're often so deeply ingrained that we don't even realize they're holding us back. Let's say you're trying to manifest financial success. You're doing everything right, you're visualizing abundance, repeating money affirmations, and working hard. But deep down, you have a limiting belief that says, "I'm not good with money," or "I don't deserve to be wealthy." These limiting beliefs create a conflict in your mind. On the surface, you're trying to attract wealth, but underneath, you don't truly believe it's possible for you. This inner conflict can lead to self-sabotaging behaviors, like procrastination, fear of taking risks, or even quitting before you've really given yourself a chance to succeed. So what can you do? First, you need to identify your limiting beliefs. Ask yourself, what's the story you're telling yourself about why you can't achieve your goal? Then, work to replace those limiting beliefs with empowering ones. Start with small, actionable steps that challenge those beliefs and prove to yourself that they're not true. Over time, your confidence will grow, and you'll find it easier to take bigger and bolder actions. Even when you have a strong mindset, a solid plan, and are actively working to overcome your limiting beliefs, there are going to be days when you don't feel like taking action. Days when you'd rather binge watch Netflix than work on your side hustle or study for that certification. This is where discipline comes in. Discipline is the ability to keep going even when the initial excitement wears off. It's about doing what needs to be done, whether you feel like it or not. And consistency is about showing up every day, even when you're not seeing immediate results. Success doesn't happen overnight. It's the result of small, consistent actions taken over time. You might not see progress right away, and that's okay. The important thing is to keep going, knowing that every step you take is bringing you closer to your goal. So, the next time you feel tempted to click on yet another manifestation video, stop for a moment and ask yourself, am I taking real, consistent action toward my goals? Or am I just consuming more content to feel like I'm being productive? Remember, manifestation is only a small part of the puzzle. The real magic happens when you pair your dreams with discipline, strategy, and consistent effort. That's how you create real, lasting results. Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up and share it with someone who needs to hear this message. And don't forget to leave a comment below telling me what action step you're going to take today to get closer to your goals. Until next time, keep hustling, keep growing, and remember, it's all about the action.